Okay, Nasai Minasan. Today we're gonna talk about Revice Forward, Kamen Rider Life, and La Evil and Demons. This title is way too damn long, but then again, there's a lot of question I have when I watch the movie itself. First of all, how the hell does Iki get his memory back? That is really surprising. I know he got all of the memory back regarding all the people in his life, all his family member, he still remembers them, but he is not supposed to remember Vice because that is the consequences and the sacrifice that Vice did to cause Iki to forget about Vice itself. So I'm not sure what happened, but then again, this movie take place after the crossover movie between Kamen Rider Geats, the movie Battle Royale. So maybe something happened in the movie which causes Iki to have the memory of Vice once again, and it stays even the movie has ended, something like that. Okay, so maybe that is how they are gonna explain it. Me personally felt like it actually downplayed the sacrifice of Vice by the end of the series because I really like that ending of how Vice sacrificed himself to say goodbye to Iki, something like that. And it also shows kind of like a character growth in terms of Iki itself. Like rather than I feel like the existence of demons in the story of Revice is a really interesting story because it shows our deepest desire. It shows that demon is also a part of us itself. So if you really think about it, it can actually be kind of similar to how Digimon was being portrayed in the Kizuna movie itself. Spoiler alert for those who haven't watched the Digimon movie Kizuna. By the end of the movie, we actually get to see our main characters saying goodbye to their Digimon because they have reached adulthood, something like that. And maybe if Revice actually did something similar on how Iki grew up as a person, and after all the experience, all the 50 episode that he went through, he actually received like, hey, I start to accept myself and this is me. And by the end of the journey, like Vice sacrificed himself to save Iki, and that is kind of like a perfect story because Vice is now part of Iki, and Iki is a whole adult right now. He is a whole person. He knows who he is. He's no longer doubting himself left and right, something like that. So that is kind of like something that I've been thinking about. If the story is gonna go to that direction, it would be really amazing. But that is obviously not what happened here because in this movie we get to see Iki still remember Vice for some reason, and I really hope the movie crossover of Kamen Rider Geats is gonna explain it to us. It is gonna air on Malaysia 30th of March. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna review it. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't. But now let us talk about the movie. A few really interesting things pop up to me immediately. Is the first thing is Natsuki Detective Agency. I was like, God damn it, what are they trying to do? What are they trying to do for our girl, our Queen Aguera? Because now that she has her own Natsuki Detective Agency, it almost felt like they are actually setting up a future spin-off series regarding Girls Remix. Maybe like we're gonna see Natsuki teaming up with another detective agency, which is the, what was the name again? Narumi Tante Jimusho. Again, the Narumi Detective Agency. So the Narumi and the Natsuki is gonna work together on certain cases. Maybe they're gonna have a crossover, and that is how we're gonna have Girls Remix Part 2. And the reason why I felt like this could actually be coming is because in the official Facebook page, I'm not sure Twitter or Facebook, I don't know where do they actually announce this, but I heard someone say that Neon Kurama has been officially added into the roster of Girls Remix. Why would they add Neon Kurama into Girl Remix if they are not planning to bring them back in the future, something like that? So my biggest suspicions right now with the introduction of Natsuki Detective Agency is to set up future possible spin-off of the Girl Remix. We are gonna see more of Natsuki. Means that are we gonna see like more Girls Remix in the future? If that is the case, I am all in. Hopefully they give them more budget and maybe give them kind of like a movie, like a serious movie. That would be really amazing to see a serious movie about character development, about a threat that all of them need to work together to solve. And it is gonna be really cliche, really how they say, very tropey type of movie, but I am all in. Okay, I just want to see them making this movie, and it is gonna be real fun to see all the female rider back again, Henshin once again. That is gonna be amazing. Okay, but with that being said, let me move on to the second thing I want to talk about here, and that is Rumi and Hiromi. Okay, the relationship between Rumi and Hiromi seems too sus, like very sus. Okay, I know Hiromi is still young. In the story itself, he is actually quite young. Okay, 20 plus years old only. But he every single time when Rumi call him Oji-chan, it almost felt like, oh my god, they are aging up like Hiromi by a lot. Like maybe like Hiromi is like 40 years old guy, or maybe like 30-year-old guy, something like that. But he is old, okay, is what I'm trying to say, and we are not sure how old actually Rumi actually is, and it seems really sus for them to show the relationship between Rumi and Hiromi to be something like this. Like if Hiromi actually kind of like treat Rumi like a daughter or something like that, that would be really amazing. But obviously we can see that that is not what Hiromi plans to do. You know, like Hiromi says that, hey, call me Oni-chan, okay, no, don't call me Oji-san, something like that. So you know, like the closeness that I see on the screen is really weird. Maybe it's just me thinking too much, but for me it is weird. Okay, weird AF, sassy AF. But then again, that is just my personal opinion. Okay, so the third thing I want to talk about, I just want to go back to the detective agency once again, because I felt like for some reason the detective agency is kind of like, I never actually noticed this in the Kamen Rider series up until that scene in the Natsuki detective agency. The product placement is insane in that scene, because like Hana Aguera is sitting on a gaming chair for some weird reason in a detective agency office. He is sitting on a gaming chair, AK racing gaming chair. When I saw that chair, I was like, God damn, why would you put that chair there for her to sit on that chair? It seems really out of place, because the entire room aesthetic just doesn't seem like it fits with that gaming chair at all. It doesn't seem like very technological advanced lab, something like that. It is just a detective agency, and for some reason there's like they planted that gaming chair there. It really stands out, and it really spoils the entire aesthetic choice. But then again, my strong feeling is that maybe they have a sponsor from AK Racing. They want to be included in the movie, something like that. And something could be, you know, there's a possibility there. And that is why I love Kamen Rider W, because like their detective agency looks so chill, looks so amazing. It is amazing, okay? But the Natsuki detective agency is it's spoiled by that gaming chair itself, okay? But really amazing stuff. But let me move on to the next thing I want to talk about, and that is Kagero is able to use Vice Stem directly on himself. I think like when I saw that in the movie, it is really interesting, because it actually opens up quite a lot of possibility on how the Vice Stem could actually be used in the future if we were ever to get kind of like a future Kamen Rider Revice related media, something like that. But then again, after careful thoughts and serious consideration, the only one that can actually do this is actually Kagero itself, because Kagero is the only demon that actually have a human body right now. Like if you talk about Lovekov doesn't have a human body, so like she can't actually use that, okay? Like if she use that on herself, like what, she's gonna turn into a weapon? Is that what it is? I don't know, but it's still really interesting to saw Kagero using Vice Stem directly without using the driver itself. But the next thing I want to talk about regarding the Vice Stem is, how the hell did Karizaki create a new Vice Stem without the help of Gifu, without the cell of Gifu? How did Karizaki create a new Vice Stem? And I felt like when I, for some reason in my mind, I always thought that the Vice Stem was created partly because of the Gifu DNA that they have or something like that. But seeing that Karizaki is able to develop the Mega Bat and the Giant Spider Vice Time, it almost made me feel like, hey, maybe that is not the case. Maybe that is not how the Vice Time was being created. And the next thing we will talk about the Vice Time is kind of like remember how the story ended, like I think episode 47 and 48, where suddenly Karizaki henshin into Kamen Rider Juga. I think that one actually took a lot of people by surprise, and we've later learned that all the Vice Team was created based on the drawings of Karizaki when he was a children. The father made the Vice Team according to the animal and the some species that Karizaki liked, something like that. Okay, so and it, for some weird reason, my understanding has always been the Vice Team is being created tapping the power of Gifu itself. So now that Gifu has been destroyed, how the hell did Karizaki create a new Vice Team, something like that? I was expecting like kind of like a evolution of Vice Team, kind of like the Bat Vice Team henshin into the Mega Bat, or maybe the Spider Vice Team henshin into the Giant Spider, something like that. But that is not the case, okay? The Vice Team was created purposefully by Karizaki for them to use, and that is really, really interesting. But if you have any question or any theory of how Karizaki could actually create a new Vice Team without the help of Gifu Cell, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe I missed something, or maybe I've forgotten something. I mean, like it's been a few months since we last saw Revice already, so my memory on Revice is a little bit, like rusty. So if you have a clearer memory, if you have a clearer image of how does the Vice Team actually come from, let me know in the comment section below, okay? But next thing I want to talk about regarding the movie is this is something that I felt like I really, really want to talk about, because when we talk about the Vice Team, Mega Bat and Giant Spider, I really, really freaking hate Mega Bat. It's like, why? It's like, why? Oh my god! When I saw Daiji using the Revice driver and henshin into the evil and life marvelous, I am hoping, my finger is crossed. I was really, really hoping that Kagero is gonna say something regarding the color of the suit itself. I'm like crossing my finger, hoping that Kagero is gonna say, I hope like Karizaki is gonna redesign the suit because it looks hideous. If they actually included that line into the movie, like make them self-aware of how hideous the suit actually looks, it is perfect. It is gonna be perfect. But they didn't actually include that line, and it just makes it really, really bad. Okay, I just freaking hate the suit itself. I don't like Life and Evil Marvelous, but then again, we have good news, because by the end of the movie, it has been shown to us that, hey, that is not gonna be the permanent solution. Daiji is gonna use back his original driver. He's gonna use the two-sided driver once again. So don't worry, if you hate the movie, if you hate the costume, we are not gonna see it anymore. Hopefully, finger crossed. Maybe we're gonna see the real form of the Life and Evil Marvelous, when they are actually using the two-side driver itself. When you use Mega Bat on the two-side driver, maybe that is kind of like the real form that we're gonna see in the future. If they really want to spend money on that, that is, whether or not they're gonna do that is also another big question, okay? But the MVP of the show is definitely the Giant Spider. The henshin sequence is amazing. The finisher is crazy good. Really love everything about the Giant Spider. It is definitely the highlight of the show. And even in story wise, Hiromi plays a most significant role in the story compared to Daiji himself. I really felt like Hiromi has more to offer in this movie rather than Daiji. Daiji doesn't really do quite a lot of stuff. He's like, how do I say this? It's like they are just trying to do too many stuff at once in this movie, and it causes kind of like a split of attention. I felt like I really love the story of how Hiromi was like being suspected, like, hey, is this the demon of Hiromi? That I thought like Hiromi's demon has been destroyed, something like that, blah blah blah. I really love that about Hiromi's storyline, but Daiji is, you know, like kind of sus, you know, like why are you even here in the movie itself? But yeah, speaking of Hiromi's demon, I totally forgot that Hiromi's demon was being destroyed in the first episode of Kamen Rider Revice, and throughout the entire trailer reaction of Revice Forward, I keep on telling people that this is the demon of Hiromi, this is the demon of Hiromi, but it actually turns out to be not true at all, because I was like, when I was watching the movie, when they mentioned about how Hiromi's demon was being destroyed in the first episode of Revice, I was like, okay, then it is not the demon of Hiromi, but instead it is another demon who uses the power of Chameleon, that uses the face of Hiromi, you know, like full stop. That is the plot twist of the story. But no, when it has been revealed to us what is the truth, I was like, fuck. Oh no, this is really mind-blowing, because it turns out to be a clone of Hiromi, okay? Rather than a demon, it turns out to be a clone of Hiromi. I really did not see that coming at all. The villain of the movie is clones, and it is mind-blowing when I actually saw that. But I love the story, I love the plot twist, and I really love how Hiromi is actually the perspective that we have throughout the entire story, rather than Daiji itself, because it actually really shows Hiromi in a, it really expand on, or not expand, like continue the story of Hiromi and give him like a really good ending, because this time, rather than like sacrificing his life to save someone, he knows how to balance that. He knows how to save someone and protect himself at the same time. That is really amazing. But with that being said, that is pretty much it from me regarding the movie. I personally think that the movie is actually not that bad. It is quite an enjoyable experience for me to watch, especially when I actually get to see more of demons, more of Hiromi, more of just any cast from the Revice family. It is definitely a good time. And when I look at the ending, oh man, like all the memories of Revice just flow to me once again. Like I didn't realize how different the story of Revice actually is compared to Giff so far. Like right now, Giff is like in episode 24, around 25 episode already, and there's not really a lot of emotional scene in Giff at all. Like Giff has a lot of like big Nani the F plot twists here and there, but emotional scene not a lot, okay? Like there's literally none so far, and the only one that I can think of emotionally wise is I can't really think of anything, okay? I can't really think of anything that is like really emotional so far. Like there's a lot of tension building up, but emotional scene that really makes you tear up, no. But Revice actually have a lot of scene that really makes you, wow, it connects to your soul. It's more like a drama rather than a Kamen Rider show itself, okay? So Revice is unique in this manner. Like throughout the entire show, there's a lot of heart-to-heart talk, there's a lot of like closure, there's a lot of reconnection, there's a lot of bonding, and that is the beauty of Revice. And I was reminded of that once again when I watched Revice Forward. So if you haven't watched Revice and you are watching this video, there's something wrong with you. But that is all from me. This is a long ass video, so I'm gonna leave a secret word for you to comment in the comment section below to let me know you actually finished the video. And the word this time is gonna be spider. Why spider? It is quite obvious, because Giant Spider is the MVP of the show. That is all from me. Hope you enjoy it. If you like what you see, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.